Today we're going to take a look at moving forward without time, but based on the distance that those wheels on the robot revolve. So it's a little different way of doing things, and there's quite a few different ways to do this as well. But I'll show you the way I like, and you guys can try it for yourself. Now, the reason we would do this is if you're telling the robot to move forward a number of revolutions versus time, it won't be affected by the battery dropping out. So if your battery starts to die and you're using timing, it will affect how far your robot's going. If your battery starts to die and you're using rotations, then it's not going to affect the distance. It just means the robot's going to go a little slower, but still get to the same place. So in my function here, I'm going to dump out the code that I've got. We're going to keep my stopbot code there, and I'll just dump that. And I'm going to rebuild this code. Now, the first thing we need to look at is there's little encoders inside the motors on here. So inside the little motor, there's an encoder. And the encoder is measuring how long it takes for this to revolve. What we need to do first is set those to 0, because we don't know what they're set at when we're starting this function. So if I come down here, you've got motor right reset position. I'm going to grab that and put it in. Now for forward, we only really need to use one motor. So I'm just going to leave the motor right, position reset. And then what we need to do is a loop like we did before. So repeat while. So I want to dump a repeat while in there. And I want this to repeat while the value of the right motor encoder is less than the distance we want to travel. So if I go back, if I go to math now, not math, logic, I've got this little equals thing. I'll pull that in there. I'm going to change that to repeat while less than or equal to. Now under motors, you'll see that I've got motor right position. So repeat while motor right position, and then under variables again I've got distance, which I changed the time one to distance. So I've got distance there. So you can see distance and speed. So while this is happening, I want to go to my VexIQ motors and I want to grab motor right, begin running forward. I'll duplicate that. Motor left, begin running forward. And I'll go back to my variables and I'll set the speed on both of those. So now I've got it. Reset the position, drive forward until the distance is reached at a speed preset over here, and then stop bot. I'll zoom out a little bit. Now a distance of 2 is going to be pretty low. I guess we could change that to revolutions. But let's say a distance of 1,000. And we'll zoom out and hit play, and you'll see that this is going to go forward until the motor right position is less than 1,000. And you'll see that here. So if I pull this out, so it's not perfect. We went over a little bit by 30 degrees. But by lowering the speed, you can get that set a little better. All right, that's today's video.